So, what do you think about the red flag bills, Joe?
Can I say BS?
Yeah.
BS. Complete BS. In these relationships, there's a lot of he said, she said stuff. So where's the judicial process for her? And it's gone. This law takes it away. If you're accused of it, you must be guilty.
Hey guys, how's it going? So I just got back to my shop from Lansing, Michigan, yet again, and this time I headed over to the Michigan Senate to talk to my state Senator Bellino, and my state representative Thompson came along with me so you guys could see us talking, all three of us together. So you have me, a state rep, and a state senator. So stay tuned, all of you who are in Michigan, and hopefully all of the rest of you in the United States, because this is all of our country, and hopefully what I'm doing here can inspire all of you at your local levels to fend off gun control wherever you're at, and to preserve the Second Amendment for all of us. So I've had Jamie on this channel before. We did a long stream together. She's really cool. A lot of you got to know her and know where she stands. She's in the House. Okay, that's one chamber of the legislature. So then there's the Senate. And if you guys have been following the channel, you know that there's three main subjects at hand right now of gun control in the Senate. It's technically 11 bills, but primarily 3 subject matters. There's other bills that have been recently introduced to the House. I've done videos on those, but we're going to be talking about these in this video because these are the next ones that are going to be up for vote in the Senate. And you'll hear probably very soon as you continue watching this video. There's 2 ways that these bills can pass. They can either pass in the traditional manner or with what's called immediate effect. We need to stop all these bills from passing, period, but we especially need them to not pass with immediate effect. Now, this is very, very important because if these bills pass and they do not have immediate effect, that gives all the different gun rights groups time to litigate this. Because in my opinion, these would violate recent Supreme Court precedent, like the so-called Bruin decision and many other things. So this is a really, really big deal. So make sure you guys continue to listen here because the senator is going to talk about what immediate effect is. Also, you guys are urged to keep on getting a hold of all of your Michigan reps, all of your Michigan senators. I'm going to leave a link down there in the description of this video to a post I did on Locals. That's another site, censorship free. I do tons of cool stuff that policy just won't allow me to post here. And that's going to list the phone numbers and email addresses of some of the key representatives and senators that you guys should be focusing on. So make sure you go over there, trying to give you guys just a little bit of direction. So let's go back to Senator Bellino's office, and I'm going to be hanging out with Representative Thompson and Bellino and get their input. And I encourage all of you guys to leave comments and let me know what you guys are doing. We all need to stay encouraged because this stuff's happening super, super quick. Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm here in Lansing in Senator Joe Bellino's office, and we're also with Representative Jamie Thompson. So we've got, it's really 11 bills that were introduced by the Senate, but essentially 3 topics.
3 subjects, yeah.
Yes. And we've got the basically safe storage, they're calling it.
Yes.
What's your opinion on that, Senator?
I think safe storage means I'm going to come to your house and see if you're locking your guns up. I asked somebody about safe storage. What will that do for what happened at Oxford? Well, nothing. The students are still dead, but now we're going to put the parents in jail.
Yeah.
So I have a real problem with that because what they really want to do is come to our homes and make sure, count our guns, and make sure they're locked up. And that's out of this world.
So is there any chance you're going to support that bill, or are you opposing that?
No, 100% against all these bills. And I imagine they'll all be party line, and they'll shove them down our throats and send them to the governor.
Okay, and Jamie, when I think of the safe storage, I think of making it safe for the criminal. Because they don't follow laws. They're going to come in cock-locked, ready to rock, while you're filming with a cable. What do you think about that?
I agree with that as well. I don't like the fact that I look at it, I'm reading the bill, if a child is near the gun within a certain amount of feet, this could be a party store that keeps a gun under their counter for protection, and if they're being robbed, how do they have time to get their gun unlocked to protect themselves or attempt to defend themselves?
Good
so
point.
I'm against it 100%. I'm a no.
Okay, and then we have the other one that's basically, right now we have a Michigan pistol registry. They're always already keeping track of our pistols, paperwork, permits, all of that. Now they want to extend that to long guns, shotguns, rifles. What do you think about all the hunters in Michigan?
So here's a problem with that bill. A, you're going after hunters, which I look at the stats. Hunters commit very, 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 very little of the crime, very little.
Yeah.
And then there's a provision in there where if my brother comes in from Colorado and is borrowing my gun, but it's not his gun, I can get in trouble. He can get in trouble, and that's BS.
Yes.
So that's completely BS. All they want to do is know where all the guns are.
Yes, and we hear a lot of talk from the other side lately about women, and we need to protect our women in Michigan, Jamie. So underneath this new bill, if I had a sister that was a single mother and I needed to loan her a gun real quick because she had some imminent threat, she knew someone was coming after her, we could become criminals. What do you think about that?
I am not comfortable with that. Again, I agree with Joe 100%. These you want to go hunting with your buddy and you say, hey, check out my rifle, or you go to the range with your buddy, or you just are looking at your guns at home. According to this bill, we could both be criminalized.
Yeah.
And that is not okay. I feel like it's not registration. It's they want everything registered. They want to know where all the guns are. They want them registered, and they're, like Joe said, they're coming after our guns.
Okay, and then the worst one, this is still coming from the Senate right now. These are what they call extreme risk protection order, but let's call it what it is. It's called a red flag law. This is what they say, take the guns first, then due process. But you have no due process at all because that's not how the United States or Michigan constitutions work. So what do you think about the red flag bills, Joe?
Can I say BS?
Yeah.
BS. Complete BS. At least, if I'm married, if my wife goes off the rails and has a gun and threatens to kill me, and I call the cops, you're telling me that she's got no right to seek counsel or any legal remediation because maybe I'm lying. And that happens a lot. In these relationships, there's a lot of he said, she said stuff. So where's the judicial process for her? And it's gone. This law takes it away. If you're accused of it, you must be guilty.
Yeah, and then you have to come back and appeal and prove your innocence. It's called an ex parte hearing. You don't even know that it's going on. Now, it's not just wife or brother, sister. They're including ex-girlfriend, someone you ever even went on a date with. And it could have been 50 years ago. It's like for your whole life, anyone that you've ever cohabited
And to me, that's
with.
a lot of women. I'm old.
You know something else that I don't like about it, because one of the things that I'm very passionate about is our mental health crisis. And I look at it like you can have this accusation. You're not in your right mind. Something's going on with you. They feel that you have a gun in your home and you may not be safe for yourself or for someone else. So they can go in, they can take that gun without any order to do so. They may not know that you're even coming. So this is putting our police officers at grave danger. And then also, you're not getting that person the help that they need if you think that they're actually a harm to themselves. There's nothing in this law that says take their guns and then get them help. They take their guns, and then according to the law, a judge will have 24 hours to assess and hear this case. Now, if you can get that done in Wayne County or in Monroe, 24 hours, then get that person mental help in 24 hours.
That's going to be a rushed hearing, and
that's what I think. I think you are not helping people because they're not getting the mental health that they need.
And you could get a hearing in Monroe in a day, but you can't in Wayne County. They're 7 months, 8 months behind. Monroe's docket is on time, but the people that run Wayne County courts, they're freaking idiots. They're way behind.
Yep, that's what I said. In Wayne County, really, 24 hours, you're going to get this heard. There's an 8-month waiting list to get your CPL in Wayne County.
I know. So, Micah, we were talking earlier about the difference between the House and the Senate.
Yes. So I've watched a lot of House sessions lately, and let's just say the House votes on party lines, hypothetically. There could be Republicans that come over. We don't know, but there's a slim majority. So I've noticed in the House, as soon as a bill passes and they take a recorded vote on the screen, then immediately the floor leader will come up and say, and I request for this to take immediate effect. And then it seems like they tap that thing for 10 seconds, and then they immediately gavel it and say immediate effect without you guys even really getting to vote.
Well, they say all those in favor say aye. So they hear one aye. Doesn't matter how many no's you have. They always hear the aye, and they say it passes.
Now, he was saying that that's unconstitutional. Now, we know it is, but then when I told him that the power is in the gavel, can you explain that to him? Like how they're getting away with doing these, especially in the House, because we're getting it a little harder than you, I think.
Whoever has the gavel can change the rules. And they've changed the rules in the House. Luckily, so far in the Senate, they haven't. They talked about changing immediate effect. So in the Senate, if we lose a vote 20-18, there's got to be 24 votes to make it immediate effect within 90 days. If not, it goes into effect 90 days after the end of session, whatever sine die is. So they don't have the votes at all. We have 18, they have 20. We didn't give an immediate effect in that 4001.
Okay.
And so it stood there for a long time. Now they battled with themselves. Do we change the rules we've had for 80 years? or do we keep the same rules and try to work within the rules? And they finally figured out that it's better for the people if they don't change the rules, because they don't look like complete idiots and power hungry. Because we didn't change the rules when we were at the gavel for 40 years.
No.
Didn't change the rules at all. They're not changing the rules, so we got 4001 done. We're going to get a tax cut for the income tax in Michigan, and things are going to happen in a good way.
So as far as my viewers are concerned, I'm telling them all to keep calling their senators and reps and urge them to vote no on all of these.
Yes.
I can't help but to notice that all 20 Democrats in the Senate are co-sponsors. When someone co-sponsors a bill, generally they're going to vote for it no matter what.
Yeah.
Now, it would take, what, 2 more senators to come over with the Democrats, or 4 for them to be able to get immediate effect? Because people keep wondering if this can be stalled. So
They need 4, and they're not going to get any. None.
Okay.
They could offer me $70 billion to fix up everything in Monroe County. It ain't going to happen.
Okay, do you think people should still be urging the Republican senators to stay strong on this so they don't cross over?
Yes, because they may make some tweaks for their own people to make the laws look better and try to snark a couple of our people across, but it's not going to happen.
Because I believe this is so unconstitutional on its face with current Supreme Court precedent and pending cases that we would need some time to be able to have this litigated by the different gun rights groups who will probably, I would assume, be suing as soon as it would pass.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, these are going to happen next week or the week after, and this gives us an opportunity to recall a few Democrats. So this is wonderful because there's some Dems in tough seats in the House and Senate, and when they vote yes, well, I think there'll be a couple recalls going on.
And Great Lakes Gun Rights is already working on those petitions as we speak.
Yep. Now they can't start till January 1st, but they can get everything set now.
Yes. What do you think about in the House? What should people be doing to urge the House members?
The exact same thing. Calling everybody in the House, hardening down on your Republicans. I think it's going to be a caucus vote as well. I think all the Dems are going to stick to party lines and they're going to vote yes. And I think that there is a couple of Republicans that need to hear your voice and need to know that you're going to recall them as well.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm here with my state senator and my state representative, and I urge all of you guys to come and call, write, and talk to these people in real life and let them know what your will is when it comes to the Second Amendment and gun rights.
Thank you, Micah.
Thank you, Micah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Well, hopefully that was productive. You certainly now know where Senator Joe Bellino stands and where Representative Jamie Thompson stands. Also, hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight how there's 2 ways these bills can pass, and we need to make sure that none of the Republicans in the Senate come over with the Democrats to allow anything to take immediate effect, because it's likely to pass. The only way to stop it from passing is if all of you come in and make it where it's just overwhelmingly known that this cannot pass. You also heard the senator talk about the strategy of possible recalls. And Great Lakes Gun Rights is working on that. And as soon as the time is for that, that's going to be very active. And it's going to be a hot topic here that you all can take part in. Also, I think you get it by now that this is right down to the wire. Might be able to stop this in the House. We have to stop this in the House. We need to try to stop it in the Senate. And if we can't stop it, it's still very important to keep these bills from getting immediate effect. So then the third branch of government, the judicial system, can come in and try to correct the wrongs and the unconstitutionality of these bills. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one.